Yo, what's up, people, man? It's your boy King Dion here, man, bringing you some NBA 2K18. Uh, Western Conference Finals, Golden State Warriors versus my Lakers. I'm Dion Robertson, a creative player, position lock. That's how I've been playing this game all year. That's just how I'm rocking, people. But I want to talk about translation of difficulty because the game has gotten increasingly difficult since this is the Western Conference Finals against one of the best teams in the league, well, the best team in the league, outside of the Houston Rockets, who they just eliminated. Houston Rockets in my season had the #1 record, and they were right behind them, and they just eliminated the Houston Rockets. So this is how we got here. I just went through the Oklahoma City Thunders of, I think I got them 4-2, and it was the Utah Jazz before this. So this is how we got here. And since we made to the playoffs, especially this far, things have gotten increasingly difficult. And this is where the game should shine. This is where the difficulty in the game really should shine. Like, this is the reason, like, you play these games for, so you can get that real NBA experience, and it's not happening when, like, you look right here in Lonzo Ball. I might seem like I'm nitpicking here, but I'm not, because this happens and I can pinpoint exactly in the game where it's going to happen, because it's been happening to me all year. It's just one of those things that I never mentioned anything about, because I didn't want to seem like I was nitpicking, because I even feel like it's nitpicking now. But even though I know I feel like people are going to think I'm nitpicking, even though I'm not. Like, I notice things like this. I notice fine details like this. Like, this is done for the reason of getting the CPU open shots. This is happening because the game is trying to get the CPU some open looks. Why does the game need to do this to give the computer open looks? Well, it's simple. It's because the shot percentages aren't correct in this game, and you'd have to really play this game to realize the things that I'm talking about right here. Like, I'm not trying to sound like a guy, but I've been playing this series since the Dreamcast, the original 2K. I've been playing this series for a long time, and believe you me when I tell you the shot percentages are not right, and they never have been in a 2K game. They never have been. The contested shots, and a lot of people will tell me, like, oh, well, you just, saying you need to get good work and get open shots. Yeah, you should work and get open shots, but this is an NBA sim, and this is what they're marketing this thing as, is an NBA sim. And you know what's not sim? Every contested shot missing, and you know what's not sim? Every open shot going in. That's not sim. It's just not. And this is why the game has to resort to stuff like this to get guys open shots, because I can make Klay Thompson, I can make Stephen Curry, I can make Kevin Durant. If I defend these guys, if I play these guys tight and put a hand up on every shot, these guys will miss almost every shot. And that's not reality, especially when you're dealing with a guy like James Harden. That's not reality. You dealing with a guy like Kobe Bryant at all. It's not reality. Those guys are masters at knocking down tightly contested shots. Now, smother and tight is some different thing, two different things. Like 2 to 4 feet is considered tight. That's when if somebody's standing 2 to 4 feet away from you and you get enough room to be able to go into your shot motion, that's going to depend on what kind of rhythm you're in to knock those shots down. Like, you might have a cold night, you might miss more of them, or you might be a hot night and you might end up scoring 37 points in the quarter like Klay Thompson did. That's just the reality of basketball. But since this game is in a lot of ways not as far from the real thing, they have to do artificial stuff to get these CPU players wide open shots. And that's the reason why a pick like this against Draymond Green, I don't know what's going to happen here, obviously, because I paused the game at this point, but I could go completely around this screen without touching Draymond Green and get sucked back into the screen just so one of the players or Klay Thompson could get a wide open shot, and they have to force these things because, otherwise he just wouldn't be able to get any good offense in. Because the AI barely knows how to protect the ball in this game, and this is one of the reasons why you can't. I'm pretty sure ball tangibility has been doable for a long time, even probably on last gen, but the AI was never up to snuff enough to be able to know how to protect the ball. So, you just rip the AI. The AI, you might as well, if they did that, if they just made ball tangibility Like say next year 2K19 they're gonna promote 100% ball tangibility. Then this the AI playing against the CPU, that's out. That's out. It'd be absolutely unplayable because I know in the next year, from this to the next year, they're not going to be able to program the AI, and they're not going to have to. They're not going to be able to set the logic, the game logic that they need to set to get this AI to play in a way to where they understand that the ball needs to be protected. It's just not, and that's why they haven't done it, because it's a lot of other things that has to be worked on. You can't just put ball tangibility and just keep like, oh well, we don't know how to protect the ball, so we're going to dribble the ball in the defensive face. We don't know how to deviate from plays, like, because if you look, this game doesn't know how to really deviate from play designs. Like it's just like it's on rails. Like it's like, look, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna set this screen here. It doesn't matter if there's another player on my team sitting directly down in the paint wide open. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna play this play out, and then after this play is done, then he can get the ball. It's things like that aren't in place yet, and it's things like that the reason why this series is a long way away, and it's a technology breakthrough away before this game could be 100% sim, and we can get that actual basketball challenge that we need. It's been situations in games where they've had things in the game that's pretty realistic, but then it's been patched or changed because the community roars. Like us, we the sim community are the minority. So when the community roars about something or what they feel is realistic, even if whether it is or it's not, they change it. Like 2K9, I think, I can't really remember which ones, but one of the 2Ks, 2K9, 2K15, 2K14, where contested shots used to go in, like that was just reality. Like that was just reality, but the community, no matter how realistic you make this game, like the community is gonna roar. Like they used to have in 2K16, you remember the blue rings around the feet? That was a code. That was hot and cold. They used to, sometimes you get in the game and you'll already be cold. Well, to an extent, that's reality, because like a guy could get out here and shoot 3 for 16 from the field, and the problem started when he got out of bed. That's just, I think people tend to take the human emotion out of the game. That's what it would be in real life. Like, you would probably, not everybody can beat Jordan and have a flu game. Not everybody can beat Kobe out here with a broken finger, still putting up 30 points. Not everybody could beat that. That's a rarity. Some of these guys get out of bed sometime and have a lot on their mind, and their everyday life is getting in the way and stuff like that, and they just can't focus the way they can. That's just how it is. The player feels different from day to day. Nobody wants to hear that, because that has a lot to do with the simulation nature of basketball. Nobody wants to hear that, because guess what? Like, oh, I don't have any control. Just like if contested shots go in too much, like, oh, none of my defense matters or nothing like that. I can't play defense. It doesn't matter. Too many open shots start missing. Oh, I'm getting perfect releases and my shots are missing and stuff like that. They complain about stuff like that, man. It's just what it is. Like, now this year in NBA 2K19, I bet dribbling and driving to the basket is going to be absolutely terrible, because now they want this patch. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is perfect. This system here is not perfect. Like, it's too easy to get, not with the guards. I'm fine with the way it is with the guards, but it's much too easy to get to the basket with bigs, and that's because the bigs don't lose the ball enough. Like in basketball, all it takes is a half a step to get past somebody. The difference is like whether a guy can handle the difference is like whether the guy can handle the second line of defense. Like, most players can beat the first line of defense, even if he's a halfway decent ball handler on the perimeter. Even a guy like Klay Thompson can beat the first line of defense. Even if it's Kawhi Leonard, he could probably still beat the first line of defense. Defense nowadays is about being able to shade people into the help. That's what defense is. Like, this isn't the old days to where, you can keep a hand on a guy. It's not that. It's relatively easy to pass people in the NBA. The only thing that they messed up here on was that the bigs can do it, because like I said, the handles are too strong on this game. Like, a big, if he puts that ball on the floor, he should be able to, like, even a big man could work his moves to get a step on you, get past you. But then again, ball handling is a thing. Ball security is a thing. He should lose the ball. Like, help defense should come, and it should be a skill to be able to beat the second line of defense. But guarantee you, NBA 2K19, the dribble driving is going to be more in line with NBA 2K17, and that's going to be terrible. So it's just, the sim community, is the minority. Like this the minority, man, and the park reigns supreme out in this mother. So it just is what it is. So it's gonna be a very long time before we get a game that's 1-to-1 basketball. Like this game is hard because they're playing a much better brand of basketball than I'm used to, and I have to step my game up. It's always gonna be like artificial stuff in the game, dude. So anyway, man, that's all I have to say, man. Peace out, people, man. It's been your boy King Dion. Peace.